Welcome. It's been a while. Do you know Zack by any chance? This awesome fella here? Zack's hosting a Regency ball in Brighton. And I wanna go. But what do I wear? I made this Regency ensemble years ago. But it's not evening appropriate and honestly, I'm not super happy with the fit. I bought the patterns and had to adjust them quite a bit. But at that time, my tailoring skills weren't as they are now. So I could do better. Do I want to make something new? Bear with me. But first, dramatic intro. So let's be honest. I want to make something new, something Regency. I also always wanted to have a military uniform. Something foreign would feel odd actually, but a German uniform might be problematic. But maybe not if it's that old. The ball's theme is 1815, and back then there was no Germany. So I started digging and I came up with this. The Black Brunswickers, or in German, die schwarze Schar. I was in love instantly, though the hats, the shakos, do look funny. At least they have a skull and bones, making them look a bit badass. I'll use the Regency pirate shirt I already have, so what do I need to make? Long trousers, breeches, spats, and a jacket. Plus, I need to get me one of those shakos. Let's start with the trousers and the forefront pattern I have. Just need to add the stripe and some decorative soutache at the end. Alright, that was almost easy, as I made something similar for the other Regency outfit. For the spats, I'm using a pattern from our sewing book, which is not available printed anymore. Sorry. There's another video on my channel about spats anyway, so let's make this quick. Talking about books, one of the reasons I didn't publish any video for quite a while is this. A German publisher asked me to write a book for boys and young men. It's full of tutorials and life advice, so honestly it's nothing vintage or sewing related, and I'm afraid it will only be available in German. Release date is March 18th, 2025 though. If you're interested, there's a link in the video description. Before we continue with the sewing, let's do a little history lesson, because you might ask yourselves from the beginning, who are those Black Brunswickers anyway? The Black Brunswickers were a military unit formed during the Napoleonic Wars. Officially known in Germany as die schwarze Schar, literally the Black Flock, the Black Brunswickers were formed in 1809 by Herzog Friedrich Wilhelm von Braunschweig, also known as the Black Duke, der Schwarze Herzog. After Napoleon's forces killed his father in a battle near Jena and invaded his duchy, the Duke was forced into exile. In response to Napoleon's rise, he raised a volunteer corps to fight the French. The unit was known for its dedication and patriotism, with many soldiers motivated by a desire for revenge against the French invaders. Their motto was Sieg oder Tod, victory or death. I know, very dramatic. At first, the Black Brunswickers were not able to reclaim the duchy, but delivered some serious blows to the French on a tour straight through Germany. In the end, they ferried to Great Britain and fought alongside British and other coalition forces in the later stages of the Napoleonic Wars, most notably at the Battle of Waterloo in 1815. They were seen as heroes by some and even gave rise to the fashion à la Brunswick for a short period, meaning to wear a black Spencer jacket. We will see that in a few minutes. After Napoleon's defeat, the Black Brunswickers were ultimately integrated into the Prussian army. The Husarenregiment Nummer 17 even maintained the remotely similar full-dress parade uniform until the outbreak of the First World War in August 1914, over 100 years after the original regiment was founded. The part of joining with the British forces was a special delight for me to read, because the ball in Brighton is supposed to be set in 1815 Great Britain, and the Prince Regent was also King of Hanover. Brunswick and Hanover are right next to each other. The distance between the cities is like 55 kilometers. It makes this project perfect for the ball, though this project doesn't finish itself. So next up is the centerpiece of the whole ensemble, the jacket. I started with the Regency tailcoat pattern I had. Alright, the white ones are the original pattern pieces, and even back in the day I did some alterations to them because the tailcoat was way too big, but you have to remember that this pattern is for a double-breasted tailcoat, and the uniform doesn't have a lapel, it doesn't have a like those turn-down collars, so I have to alter that. And then we have the sleeves. These are not even the original sleeves or something I altered for the tailcoat, but actually my regular suit pattern sleeves, and I want to use those because I know that they fit really, really well. I altered the tailcoat quite a bit then, cut off the tails and slimmed it down, made a mock-up and did some further alterations. I added 2 layers of canvas to the front of the jacket to give it a lot of structure. I present you sleeves. Could be worse. Attaching the souttage holds the canvas in place really nicely. However, sewing on all those meters of souttage was quite the pain. You can't just lay the souttage in shape. You really have to massage the souttage in shape, as the outer curve has more length than the inner curve, if you know what I mean. Finally, I had to sew on 59 buttons. Yay! In the meantime, I ordered the shako online on eBay. It came from Pakistan and oh boy, I should have known better. The metal pieces on the shako looked so cheap and trashy. I couldn't see myself wearing this, but I also didn't have a plan B. First I complained on eBay, as the shako didn't look like the photos at all, and at least I got half my money back. Then I ripped off all the metal stuff and realized that the base of the hat is quite usable. It just needed new chin straps and a new skull and bones. I already had the material for new straps, so just did them myself real quick, and then I found a small German online shop that mainly sold cast miniatures, but also had what I needed, a proper black Brunswicker skull and bones. Moving on to the final piece, the breeches. I started and basically used the pattern for the long trousers, just made them shorter, and I had to make those breeches very tight. To ensure enough mobility, I used a very simple trick I have known since I started sewing basically, because I started with medieval clothing, and a medieval split hose is also very tight. You achieve that by cutting them on the bias, because every woven fabric is stretchy when cut on the bias. You need a bit more fabric as you place all the pattern pieces on the fabric in a 45-degree angle, but it worked like a charm. Time to reveal the outfit and show you the ball. The ball itself was a blast. We danced and ate at the Royal Pavilion in Brighton, the summer residence of the Prince Regent George IV himself. I mean, the Regency era is named after this guy. I don't have a lot of footage from the ball as I was enjoying myself too much. However, there will be a video probably on Zack's channel about the ball, so make sure to follow him over at Pins and Tailoring. Alright, back in Germany. Conclusions? Nothing broke. I actually had no wardrobe malfunctions, and I guess this proves to me that I have gained a lot of sewing experience over all those years, and it finally pays off. Then my Mariner's cap, mein Elbsegler, is very similar to the black Brunswickers officer cap. The shako is great and fancy as fuck, but such a cap looks nice too, so I might make myself a proper cap with the black and green fabrics I have left. I will probably add a bit more souttage, thinner souttage, to the jacket at the collar and the cuffs. to make it look nicer and get it closer to the reference pictures. I will slim down the sleeves a bit, there's some room left, and I think it will look even better. I'm basically redoing the cuffs for the soutage anyway, right? Finally, I will be adding a string to the breeches to close them tighter below the knee. It's historically correct, I just didn't think that it will be necessary and the buttons should suffice, but well, you never stop learning. That's it, don't forget to subscribe and share this video. See you next time, bye.